Yes, good morning students. Today we will start our next chapter, chemical kinetics, chapter number 4 of our syllabi. But as we know about the previous chapter, solid state, solutions and electrochemistry. After that one, we comes to the chemical kinetics. So firstly we should be know about the meaning of this one. As the kinetics means it's a physics word which means the study of their motions. Is it clear? So chemical kinetics means motion of the chemicals, then how chemicals moves within the particular reaction. So firstly in this chapter we may be studied about what is a chemical reaction, what is its rates, what are the main factors on which those reactions may be dependent, how can we increase those motions of the reactions or speed of the reactions, what are the main factors which affects the motion or rate of those reactions. Clear? So simply we can be say that chemical kinetics is the branch of chemistry which deals with the study of reactions, reaction rates, also the factors on which those reaction rate dependents. And in this present unit we shall discuss all these different aspects associated with the chemical kinetics. As earlier in our plus one or in our previous chapters we have studied under the thermodynamics. Have you read the thermodynamics? I think you learned under plus one. That thermodynamics, and under that thermodynamics you may be studied about the criteria of the spontaneity of a reaction, spontaneous reaction. And what was a spontaneous reaction? Those reaction which can occur by itself or by the initiation. And the spontaneity of the reaction depends upon the free energy change, your delta G. And all the reactions accompanied by the decrease in that delta G may be considered as spontaneous. When delta G becomes negative, reaction becomes spontaneous. Clear? But this does not mean that all such reactions also be proceed with the speed. That can indicate only the reaction is spontaneous or non-spontaneous, but that doesn't tell us about the speed of the reaction, whether the reaction can complete within minutes, within hours, half an hour, or maybe for a long time. Clear? This is quite expected because the bonds on the reacting species are to break before they produce any kind of the products. Clear? As we know, the bond dissociation energies are different for different kind of the bonds. Ionic bonds strong, covalent bonds weak. So during a proceeding of a reaction, some of the bonds can be break out earlier and some of the bonds can break out with a long interval of the time. So the speed of the reactions becomes different. So as the bonds are different, different types of the bonds were there, therefore the rate of the chemical reactions are also be not same for each and every kind of the reactions, and lot of the factors are be there in this chapter which may be focused on the speed of the reaction. How can we increase the rate of reactions and how can we decrease the rate of reactions? Is it clear? So focusing on the chemical kinetics, your thermodynamics, what does thermodynamics say? Whether the reaction takes place or not take place. But the kinetics, how fast does a reaction proceed? What is the speed of the reactions? Reaction can complete in seconds or in minutes or in hours. Is it clear? So under the chemical kinetics we may be studied about the reaction rate. Reaction rate is the change in the concentration of a reactant or a product with respect to the time, or you may be changed rate of change of reactions. Is it clear? But before starting the rate of the reaction rate, you maybe know about the chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? And chemical reactions are the specific kind of chemical changes that may occurs with the specific conditions. Whenever specific conditions applied on a chemical change, then only that chemical change may be considered as the reaction. And now for the reaction rate, we are focusing on the change in the concentration of the reactant. What is the change in the concentration? And as you studied concentration earlier under the solution portions, electrochemistry portion, what are the concentration of the reactants and product? So the change in their concentration, as you are taking the example of a reaction, suppose for this reactions A can convert it into B, so your A may be considered as a reactant or B may be considered as a product. Now according to the reaction, what will be the change in concentration? As the sign change is denoted by this delta. Is it clear? It means change in concentration means final concentration and initial concentration. So to find out the delta A, why we are writing here delta A? This may be pronounced as delta or clear? Delta A. Delta denoted the change and A means the reactant. So whenever we considered, if we are supposing some initial concentration of the A after the completion of the reaction, that will be second concentration, or maybe you may be considered with a reactant. After the completion of reaction, no reactant, only product is be there. So we can be say, how can a reactant converted into this with respect to time? How many seconds may takes place to convert that concentration? If I am giving you a simple example, empty glass, clear? Then fill that glass with 10 ml of water. So initially empty, finally with 10 ml. Now change in concentration is of 10 ml, and here we are noting the sign minus. Minus means the concentration in a decreasing formations, decrease in their concentration. So if we are considering according to the delta A is change in concentration with respect to the time. We may taking another one example with the data also, so that you can be more easy we understand this one. But this one is starting. So what will be the concentration with respect to time? In first minutes, in 2 minutes, then after 5 minutes, then after 10 minutes. So all the substance get consumed, it means all the reactant get consumed in the formation of a product. But in terms of the product, this one is the formation of a B. It means how much product can be formed. If we are taking our previous example 10 ml, so product is 10 ml. With the time, how much time it consumed to convert that product. So we can be say that for writing the rate of reaction, we can write out delta A with respect to delta T. Delta is also be for the time consumption, initial timing, final timing, and again with the delta B and delta T. And as you visualize clearly, be focused on the slides. When I am writing about the reactant, that time we are using minus, and whenever we write about the product, there is no minus, so you can be say that minus is only indicating the decreasing concentration of reactant. Concentration of the reactant goes to be decreases out, and the concentration of the product goes to be increases out, but the rate of their increase and decrease is always be same. Clear? So we can be say that the reactant concentration goes on decreasing with time interval. Reactant get consumed into the reactions, and the consumption of those reactant is always be equal to the production of our product. So whenever we consider the rate of reaction in terms of our product, it always be in positive, and whenever we consider the rate of reaction in terms of the reactant, it's always be negative. Initially or generally, the rate of reaction is always be denoted only in terms of the reactant. Clear? Not in the terms of the product. You maybe take out the example of we peoples. I am affording to teach you, but if you are not doing, it means product formation is not be there. So you can say that reaction is not be there. No, we will try to our best, but if you are not doing, if you are not producing anything, it's not the fault. It may be the collision of the particles, theories behind those one. Clear? But output, input is your efforts, output is only your result. So always be rate of reaction measured with the effect of the inputs, reactant concentration. Is it clear? So you maybe say that the negative sign is only be used for the consumption of the reactant, or only in terms of the reactants. Now, how we started this reaction? By the different colorations, and you maybe more clarify the concept. The first one, you may visualize a picture very clearly as we denoted the reactant A in black formations, and this can be converted into the product with respect to the time. So be focused on this. This one is black, this one is product is our red, and here's we are using the time interval for this notations. This one is our reactant. Is it clear? This one is our reactant. If you have time, you have lot of the time, you maybe count down these black dots. How many atoms of blacks are be there, and focusing on the clock. The clock is at starting mode. This one is your initial timing. Is it clear? And noted the reaction after, yes, this one, if we are noted in the second formation. So you can be say that after 10 seconds here, the production of some of the red particles are be there. It means you maybe say that this reactant can converted into the product after 5 or 10 seconds. Is it clear? After again more than 10 minutes, it means after 20, you may be noticed the number of red particles goes on increasing. It means as the time proceeds, the number of production of the products goes on increasing, and the number of black particles goes on decreases. Is it clear? So you maybe say that the reactant get consumed, but the products get to be started out. Is it clear? After again 10 seconds, it means the total of 30 seconds, you may be noticed out more and more red particles get visualized in this tank. Again after 10 minutes or 10 seconds, more and more black get to be disappear, and more red are to be appear in this box. Again after this, again 10, you have only few black dots left in this one, and after the completion of the time interval, now we can be count down these only few 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, only 7 black dots are be there. Actually this one is a counting of 50, you may be count down these one, okay? And maybe taking it imaginary. So this one is the actually happens within the container or within the reactants. This one is what happens for the atomic formations, how atoms get to be changes. Our concern is only, color visualization is only to understand the concept, that we just want to be say out that with the respect of time reactant get converted into product, or you may be say that the number of reactant particle goes on decreases and number of the product particle goes on increases. Yes or no? And if you want to be draw out with the graph is in this formations. So whenever we notice the graph with respect to time and number of molecules, clear? So 10, 20, 30, 40 and time interval 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30, 40, 60 around, as we are taking only 60 seconds. So at 10 seconds 10 molecules get to be changed out, at 20 seconds 20 molecules can be produced, 30 to 30 and 40 to 40. Now this red line is in the form of products. You may be say that number of product formation goes on increasing, only increasing graph. If you want to be draw only for the product, you may be show only your what happens. That time you can show your only red line and black line. This one is in terms of decreasing of the reactants, because number of 40 particles, total of 40 or 50 whenever you start, and at the time interval it means after 10 seconds 10 may be consumed, after 20 seconds 10, 20 may be consumed, after again then again 20 or 10 get to be consumed out, or you may be say that the concentration of the reactant goes on decreasing. It means in terms of reactant decreasing formation, and in terms of the product formation this graph goes to in increasing formation. Is it clear? Any kind of doubt? Shall we proceed next one? Okay, then how can we write down the rate? Rate in terms of reactants decrease in the concentration of A using the sign negative, and in terms of product always be in terms of B. That's why we write down red. Delta is used for the change. Is it clear? So this one is the simple representation of a reaction. Now this one is the complete visualization in the laboratory, how we notice the change. Is it clear? So this one is the actual happening of the reaction. As previously in previous slide we observed what happened with the reactants, how atoms and molecules are be formed. But here we are noticing, and here we are using the reaction of the bromine with the formic acid. Is it clear? And as the reaction goes on proceeding, decolorization of bromine is be occur. So here you may be notice the first one, the dark color of this one, bromination, then again decreases out the red color, it may be converted into the orange, after some time it get converted into yellow, and again on the complete reaction of these two reactants it get to be decolorizes this one after the liberation of all the carbon dioxide. Clear or not? So this one is the experimentation of the reaction. How can we notice the reaction? How can we say that a reaction is occurred? Maybe in your junior sections you may be read out how we know that a reaction can occurs within a solution. That time you may be noticed with the change of the states, with the effect of the precipitation appears, or maybe change in their temperatures, or maybe the color appearance. Have you read this one or not? I think you may be learning in your 9th or 10th standard or +1. Okay? So this one is a rotation for a particular reaction. If you are noticed, whenever we mix out bromine solution in a formic acid, it get to be continuously decreases out with respect to the time. So we may be noticed with the time, how much time it be consumed, and draw the graph for this one. This time we are noticing the decolorization, or decolorization means the wavelength of the color visible and how the wavelength get to be changes out. So we noticed in again in our decreasing formation, and for the detector formation we are using the light detector mode. How can we notice out? You just be noticed out with respect to the time. How much time is be consumed to convert this color, and every color, as we know, have a particular band, and band means particular wavelength of the light. So particular absorption of the wavelength of a light can be particular reflection of the light and showing different color. Is it clear? So you maybe say that the bromination is directly proportional to the absorption of the light, or your absorption or consumption of your formic acid, how much it be added. If the concentration of that acid is be less, the decolorization is less. If the concentration of the acid is more, decolorization is be more and more fast. Is it clear? So that one is the experiment, and this one is the notation of the experiment. Because I can't cram the data, so I can put out the experimentation at this chart. This one is the notation of your time. It means at 0 time and 50 seconds, then 100 seconds, then 150 seconds. And notice the concentration of the bromine water. Is it clear? As we notice, at 0 timing, the exact concentration of the bromine water is 0.0120. And after 50 seconds, it remains 0.0101. At 100 seconds, it's 0.00846. At 150 seconds, it's 0.00710. Is it clear? And we noticed up to the 400 seconds, and the concentration remains 0.00296. Is it clear? And the reaction remains as some, because bromine get converted into bromides, and there must be the liberation of carbon dioxide from the formic acid. Is it clear? And this one is the notation of the graph. How we plot the graph with this data. The simple one, here we are taking our timing interval 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 300 and 400 and so on. Is it clear? And here we notice the concentration of the bromine water. Is it clear? And as you noticed, from the first 50 seconds, change in concentration, this 0.0120, and after 50, 0.01201. So how can you find out the change in concentration? Final minus initial, and time consumption is 50 seconds. So you can be divide the change of these one with 50 and find out the rate. Again, if you want to be find out for the 100 seconds, from 0 to 100, that time you may be use the concentration of 0 and concentration of 100. Final concentration is this one, and you may be minus out this one. Is it clear? So we may be plotted out some of the points after some time. So this one is rate at 100 seconds. Here we find out the rate of the reactions after 100 seconds, after 200 seconds and after 300 seconds. And as you noticed, clearly, you can be clearly visualize that after each 100 seconds, the rate of reaction remains same, 2.96 into 10 raised power minus 5. Again 2.09 into 10 raised power minus 5 moles per second, 1.48 into 10 raised power minus 4. Is it clear? It means the rate of decreasing again be same, and we are here noticed in terms of the reactant. So if we want to find out the average rate, the first one is rate of reaction. According to the speed of the reactions, we can be noticed out, and average rate means the total change in concentration upon the total time consumed. So if we want to find out for the whole reaction, starting timing is 0 second and ending time is 400 seconds. So how much time it consumed? 400 seconds. And rate of change in concentration, initial concentration, and this one is the final concentration. So final concentration minus initial concentration, and after the division of these one, you can be notice out this one. So concentration of the bromine at final one and concentration of the bromine at initial one, and then final timing minus initial timing you can be find out. And the next one is instant rate. Instant means instantly, the rate of reaction which occur instantly, suddenly, at that time, instant timing, at the spot only. Is it clear? So you can be say that based on the rate, your chemical reactions may be slow, may be slowest, may be instant. Is it clear? So if we want to be say that the extremely slow reactions according to the rate, first one is extremely slow reactions. These are the kind of chemical reactions which are very slow in nature, or you may be say that radioactive reactions that may occur within the years. Is it clear? So you may be say that those are the very slow reactions. Then the reactions at measurable speed, for that you can be find out the rate of the reactions, or you may be taken out the instant reactions as we are taking equimolar, strong acid with strong base neutralization. That one is the instant reaction because the reaction occur instantly within the seconds. So those kind of the reactions may be known as instant reaction. Is it clear? So what is our concern? Our concern is depend upon only for those reactions for which we can be find out the measurable rate of reaction. Is it clear? So we can measure only for the general reactions, instant reactions and general reactions, and average reaction also be in concentration. But for the most accuracy, we are taking the instant reaction. Is it clear? So what will be the significance of our negative sign? Because as we know that the reaction progressing, the molar concentration of the reactant always goes on decreases. This means that any stage in the reaction, the concentration of the reactant goes on less and less, further less from their initial concentration, as we visualize from this table of the data. Reactants always be got consumed. Therefore, the change in concentration, which is always from final concentration minus the initial concentration, is negative. But the rate of reaction is always be positive. Is it clear? Therefore, the negative sign is placed before the expression of the reaction to become the rate positive. Is it clear? Because that can expression of the reaction rate to make it positive only. Clear? But it is not needed in case of the product, since the change in concentration is always be positive for the product formation. Is it clear? So what are the units as we are using for the rate of reactions? Concentration versus temperature. So you may be noted molarity with respect to the seconds, moles per second. Is it clear? So if you are using the rate of reaction, that will be the slope of your tangent, and these kind of the slopes you may be studied under your mathematics or physics. You know it very well. Yes or no? All these are the tangent slopes. Clear? So this one is a table where we noted out time, the same table, timing is be same, concentration of bromine will be same, but here we are noticed the rate. Is it clear? This one is the rate. I am calculated for each and every step. 0 concentration, this one, that time the rate of the reaction is this. This divided by this, the rate of reaction is this. This divided by this, the rate of reaction is be this. Is it clear? We may find out the rate of the reaction for particularly each and every second. And here we are finding out the rate constant. Is it clear? And rate constant is always be rate divided by the concentration. So here's we find out the rate, and as the rate constant, as the name indicate, it always be a constant value. Always be remember, rate of reaction is different and rate constant is also be different. Why we are saying these are be same? Because whenever this K, not this one, rate of reaction is directly proportional to this one. Clear? K, if rate divided by the concentration, if I am taking the concentration unity only 1, it means as we are taking 4.20 into 10 to the power minus 5 divided 1, result will be same. So if we are taking the concentration of a concentration of a solution taken as unity, that time the rate is also be equal to the rate constant. That's why it's always be known as rate constant. Is it clear? It means the rate of a reaction is always be constant for particular. This one is the rate constant. And if we want to be plot out a graph for the rate constant, it always be linear in nature. Is it clear? Yes or no? Clear? So rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the bromine only. By the observation you can clearly visualize that rate of a reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant only. There is no role of the product. And if we want to be remove out the sign of this proportionality, we should use a constant. If you want to be find out the value of this constant, it's always be rate divided by the concentration of a solution. If it's be taken as 1 molar or a unity, that time the rate constant value is always be equal to the rate. So rate constant may be known as a rate of reactions whenever the concentration is taking as unity. Clear? So all these concepts are intermixed togetherly. Is it clear? So you may be noticed out this one, how we noted this one, and whenever we find out and observe from the data, rate constant always be constant 3.50 10 to the power minus 4, 3.49 approximately equivalent to 3.5 10 to the power 3, 3.50, 3.51, 3.52 approximately same. It's 3.50 into 10 to the power minus 3 seconds. Is it clear? So comes to the next. Here I am taking another of the example for the hydrogen peroxide's decomposition can converted into water and oxygen. And why we are taking? Because here the gases are be found. And how we measure the rate of this reaction? Because here we are not able to measure out the concentration. So how can we measure the concentration? That can be measured with the change in pressure with respect to the time. So how can we measure for these kind of the reactions where gases can be released out? This one is the apparatus setup. Whenever the reaction goes on proceeding and converted into the product, the pressure is always be releasing out. So we can be noticed our previous gas equation, P is equal to nRT, and as we know P is equal to N upon V, and N upon V is the concentration, C equivalent. Is it clear or not? P is equal to CRT. C means the concentration. Again the rate is equivalent to the concentration. So the measurement of the rate of reaction, that will be equal to the rate of the change of the concentration of the oxygen with respect to the time. And how we measure that one? Change in the pressure. So the rate of the change of the oxygen concentration is in terms of the change in their pressure with respect to the time. And this one is the graphical representation of the reactions. Again, as we plot out the graph, this one is the graph in increasing formation in terms of the product formation, because here we are using in terms of oxygen released, how much oxygen can be produced in that particular reaction, and oxygen produced means receiving of the oxygen. As the oxygen goes on increasing and increasing, we can be say that the more and more reactant consumed and product formation goes on increasing. It means the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the production of the oxygen. Yes or no? If you notice the decomposition of the hydrogen peroxide, 2 oxygen molecule, 2 hydrogen molecule, and the formation of water. 2 hydrogen, red one is oxygen, and this one is the oxygen combines with oxygen. It means the production of O2. Clear? So this one is your reaction stoichiometry if we are considering a different kind of reaction. From starting itself we are taking A converted into B, A can converted into B. Now what is our equation? That 2 molecule of A converted into 1 molecule of a B. It means the number of A is 2 and the production of B is 1. 2A can combine or maybe collide, that can be produce 1 of the B. So how can we write down this one? It means 2 moles of A disappear or consume for the production of each formation of 1 mole of B. Is it clear or not? Simple one. Whenever 2 mole of A is consumed or disappear, then only 1 B can be produced in this reaction. And why we are showing this one? How we solve out rate of a reaction. Reaction rate. How can we write down the reaction rate for this particular reaction? So this one is rate of reaction for in terms of reactant. Change in concentration of A with respect to the change in concentration of A in terms of reactant. If we are using the reactant, then definitely using minus. And stoichiometrically, how many molecules? 2 moles can disappear. For finding the rate, you may be write down 1 upon 2. It means rate of the reaction for this reaction. If rate is given, that will always be half of this one, because for complete reaction, that one is given for the 2 molecule, not for 1. So for getting 1, if you want to find out the rate, that will always be half of that one. If you want to be in terms of product, that one only change in concentration of the B with respect to the change in concentration of with respect to the time, change in time. Is it clear or not? So if we write the reaction in this term stoichiometrically, these are the number of moles. You can be simple one. N2 plus 3H2 gives us 2NH3. So these are their molar stoichiometrical coefficients. A for A, B for B, C for C, and D for D. Then what will be the rate of reactions? How can we write down the rate of reaction for these one? Remember, A and B is our reactant and C and D is our product. So the rate of change of D and rate of change of C is in positive. Rate of change of A and B is in negative. So simply delta A upon delta D, delta B upon D should be in minus, delta C upon delta D is equal to delta T upon T, and molar coefficients along with the reaction. How we write? Rate 1 by A, change in concentration of A with respect to the time T. In terms of B, 1 upon B, and both are equal to, whether you can be find out at this terms or in this term. There, and in terms of C, at time 1 upon C. In terms of D, you can be written there. And again focus on the signs. A and B is in negative and C and D is in positive formation. It means reactants, for the reactant terminology you may be using negative about? Doesn't matter, because rate is always been positive. Negative sign only means for the reactants, not for the others. Is it clear? So how can you write down the rate expression? Actually, a lot of the terms will be there. So you maybe use the first one, not the rate. That one is the rate expression. How can we write down the rate expression for this reaction? Rate expression means rate. How can we write for this particular example? Yes, methane 2 mole of oxygen, the simple one. How can we write? In terms of methane, it means rate of change of methane with respect to the time and taking minus, because methane is reactant. In terms of oxygen, yes, 1 by 2. Clear? Because there are 2 moles. So we may write 1 by 2. Is it clear? So in terms of carbon dioxide, change in rate of concentration, change in concentration of carbon dioxide with respect to the time. Or in terms of water, again 2 molecules. Remember, these 2 molecules means 1 by 2. Clear? So you maybe try. Lot of the examples are there in your books. You maybe try, write down the definitions. And if we want to be summarized, what we read for this lecture, the meaning of your chemical kinetics, then the meaning of rate of reactions, and classification of the reactions on the base of the rate of the reaction, slow, fast, fastest, or instant. Clear? Average reaction, significance of your negative sign, or how can we write down the rate expression, how can we measure the change in concentration for the gases. Clear? So you maybe try a lot of the examples from your books. How can we write down the different kinds of the rate expression for a different reactions. If I am replacing the same reaction with ammonia formation, nitrogen plus hydrogen, N2 plus 3H2 gives us to 2NH3, then what will be the rate expression? Yeah, you may try. Clear? Okay, enough for today. I think it's enough. You have a lot of the examples. You may try it from your books, otherwise I will send to you. Till then, take rest and do your more practices, and don't forget to subscribe as well as like for the channel. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.